10 Most Significant Political Films. Source, The New Republic. By VisualGK.com. The Battle of Algiers. Algeria-Italy, 1966, Director, GILLO PONTECORVO. Commissioned by the Algerian government, influenced by Frantz Fanon, shot like a newsreel, cast with non-actors, paced like a thriller, Pontecorvo's account of a bloody, anti-colonialist insurrection, projected Italian neo-realism into a new arena. The Battle of Algiers vividly recreates a key year, in the tumultuous Algerian struggle for independence, from the occupying French in the 1950s. The film is a case study in modern warfare, with its terrorist attacks, and the brutal techniques used to combat them. The Manchurian Candidate. USA, 1962, Director, John Frankenheimer. The name John Frankenheimer became forever synonymous with heart-in-the-throat filmmaking, when this quintessential 60s political thriller was released. Set in the early 50s, this razor-sharp adaptation of the novel by Richard Condon concerns the decorated U.S. Army Sergeant Raymond Shoah, who was a prisoner during the Korean War, is brainwashed into becoming a sleeper assassin in a communist conspiracy, and a fellow POW, who slowly uncovers the sinister plot. Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying, and Love the Bomb. USA, 1964, Director, Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick's painfully funny take on Cold War anxiety is one of the fiercest satires of human folly ever to come out of Hollywood. Peter Sellers plays three wildly different roles: Royal Air Force Captain Lionel Mandrake, timidly trying to stop a nuclear attack on the USSR, ordered by an unbalanced general, the ineffectual and perpetually dumbfounded US President Muffley, who must deliver the very bad news to the Soviet premier, and the titular Strangelove himself, a wheelchair-bound presidential advisor, with a Nazi past. All the President's Men. USA, 1976, Director, Alan J. Pakula. All the President's Men had the unenviable task of capturing a moment in American history that was still being felt at the time of its release. The release of the eponymous book, the investigation into the Watergate scandal, and the subsequent resignation of President Richard Nixon, had all happened 2 years earlier, and the nation was still processing the betrayal. Two Washington Post reporters, helped by a mysterious source, single-handedly break the Watergate story, and oust Nixon from the White House. The Birth of a Nation. USA, 1915, Director, D.W. Griffith. The Birth of a Nation, landmark silent film starring Lillian Gish, was the first blockbuster Hollywood hit. It was the longest and most profitable film then produced, and the most artistically advanced film of its day. It secured both the future of feature-length films, and the reception of film as a serious medium. An epic about the American Civil War, and the Reconstruction era that followed, it has long been hailed for its technical and dramatic innovations, but condemned for the racism inherent in the script, and its positive portrayal of the Ku Klux Klan. Triumph of the Will. Germany, 1935, Director, Leni Riefenstahl. Riefenstahl's staged documentary, of the 1934 Nazi Party Congress, demonstrates how cinema can be used to frame an event and fabricate an idol. In this case, the 20th century's foremost homicidal psychopath. The film is considered by many to be one of the most important and controversial films ever made. The film, realized by Paul Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's Minister for Propaganda, was created to influence all of Germany, to support the power of the Nazi Party. Battleship Potemkin. USSR, 1925, Director, SERGEI EISENSTEIN. Commissioned to mark the 20th anniversary of the failed 1905 revolution against the Tsar, Eisenstein's film dramatizing a mutiny on a Black Sea battleship. The Battleship Potemkin is one of the fundamental landmarks of cinema. Its famous massacre on the Odessa steppes has been quoted so many times in other films that it's likely many viewers will have seen the parody before they see the original. The film once had such power that it was banned in many nations, including its native Soviet Union. Governments actually believed it could incite audiences to action. Do the Right Thing. USA, 1989, Director, Spike Lee. Set in the heart of Brooklyn, on the hottest Saturday of the summer, Lee's daring mixture of naturalism and allegory, agitprop, and psychodrama, broke ground with its outspoken discussion of race and urban tension. Everyone in the large cast of characters has their individual perspective, and everyone mixes it up with everyone else. Do the Right Thing is uniquely confrontational, in addressing racism and racial violence, while refusing to take an unambiguous stance for white civil order. Shoah, France, 1985, Director, Claude Lanzmann. Over a decade in the making, Lanzmann's 9-hour-plus opus is a monumental investigation of the unthinkable. The murder of more than 6 million Jews by the Nazis. Using no archival footage, Lanzmann instead focuses on first-person testimonies, employing a circular, free associative method in assembling them. The intellectual yet emotionally overwhelming Shoah is not a film about excavating the past, but an intensive portrait of the ways in which the past is always present, and it is inarguably one of the most important cinematic works of all time. A Face in the Crowd. USA, 1957, Director, ELIA KAZAN. A Face in the Crowd chronicles the rise and fall of Larry Lonesome Rhodes, a boisterous entertainer, discovered in an Arkansas drunk tank by Marcia Jeffries, a local radio producer with ambitions of her own. His charisma and cunning soon shoot him to the heights of television stardom and political demagoguery, forcing Marcia to grapple with the manipulative, reactionary monster she has created. The film is famous for its eerily prescient diagnosis of the toxic intimacy between media and politics in American life. Please like, share and subscribe. VisualGK.com